make sure that you have options. Hey, my name is Tom Haak of the HR Trend Institute. And today I get a question from Naomi. Hey Tom, I'm Naomi from Toronto. I'm studying psychology and I'm considering a career in HR. Do you have some tips for me? Greetings, Naomi. Well, thank you for the question, Naomi. Of course, I have some tips for you. I have a very old video, I will link it here, which is called Tips for When You Want a Career in HR. That's already 8 years old or so. And I think number one on the list of that tips is learn Chinese. And I don't know whether I would say that today. So what are some of my tips? 1. Think twice. Yes, I've had a long career in HR and I loved it. But there are many other careers you can consider. HR might be a good choice. I think the best tip here is follow your passion. It's always good to do things that you like and that you're good at. So if that is working with people in organizations, then HR might be a good choice. Second, I think that you're studying psychology. I think a background in and good education in social sciences helps enormously. So I myself am I'm an experimental psychologist, and I must say that helped me a lot during my career. Of course, you can enter HR from various angles, but I think the social sciences background, psychology, sociology, that's a good starting point. So you already are working on that. 3. HR as such is a very big domain, so it might help to choose which area is good for you. And I've argued that basically HR is split in 3 areas: operations, strategy, people success. Well, it's very difficult to say I want to work in strategy from the start, so I forget the strategy part, but a choice between operations and people success is important. And operations has a lot to do with running the HR machine. Most important elements of HR are in operations. It's recruitment, it's learning and development. It's of course elements like compensation and benefit. So many things in operations. And what is required there are many broad skills, but also things like hospitality, a service orientation, etc. People success has to do with how can we or how can you as a professional help people to become better or happier, you could say, but better functioning at work, but also in other aspects of their life. It's not only about work, but also about how are you doing in your private life with your family and your financial situation, etc. The people success area can be very crowded. There are already a lot of coaches and people like that. But if that's where you're good at and that's where your passion is, then choose for people success. If it's even, then I would go for something in the in the operational area. Absolutely. So what did I say? Think twice. Choose social sciences. Yes, social sciences and some kind of business background, business education helps also. So that combination might be a winning combination. Number 4, and you maybe already have had that in your psychology study, but knowing how to work with analytics combined with a strong methodological background. When I studied psychology a long time ago, methodology, statistics, many of the students hated that. I said, oh, well, Tom, can you help me? Because I was rather okay with it. But the majority of people in psychology, they didn't want the methodology, they didn't want the statistics, they didn't want to work with the computers. And I think, well, many of them will probably regret it today. So a good background, analytics, methodology, that is the basis to function well. Number 5, and yeah, I can go on, but I won't mention too many, but that's, you must make sure you have a lot of tools in your rucksack. A lot of tools. So I talked about methodology, I talked about statistics, but it's also, of course, working with the computers. It's agile and design thinking, so mastering agile ways of working in combination with design thinking, super important. Also simpler tools like using PowerPoint, the ability to make good presentations, knowing how to work with social media. So if someone says to you, hey, can you put this on TikTok, or then you should be able to do that. So the more tools, practical tools in your rucksack, that's very important, because that will make you successful, especially in your first jobs. Well, I didn't say it helps to love people, but I think that there was a time then it was said, well, in HR you should not love people because you should be focused on the business and the organization. If you want to work with people, well, maybe you should work in a hospital as a nurse or another practitioner. I think these days it's very important that you really are able to empathize with the people in the organization. Super important. Naomi, many tips. I hope this helps. I think number 6, and that's the last one I want to discuss today, is make sure that you have options. Yes, today you want a career in HR. You don't know how things are going. It's good to have options. So develop other skills as well, not only in the HR domain, but maybe something completely different. Maybe you can become a truck driver or get your truck driver's license. Maybe you are an excellent cook and you can develop that. Maybe you are an excellent graphical designer and you can use that. So it's always good to have options when things change, the economy changes, the situation changes, that you didn't bet only on one horse. All right, so if you want to learn more about HR trends, HR innovations, go to the website of the HR Trend Institute. Look at videos on my YouTube channel, Tom Haak on YouTube. Link or connect to me on LinkedIn. And I hope to see you soon. Bye bye.